Alright, welcome back again, once again, ladies and gentlemen, to Red Blue Gaming. Don't forget, as per normal, give us a like, subscribe. I do now have Instagram and YouTube. Sorry, we are on YouTube, Instagram and Facebook. Can also be found under Red Blue Gaming. Give us a like, a follow, subscribe, and hopefully you enjoy the content. I've just knocked my Wonder glasses off the bench, which is a great deal of fun, but we are going to quickly just use this grey sear to what I would say would be prime. Brush prime the items that I glued onto the bases, just to give the base a little bit more. They're resin 3D printed items, give it a little bit more colour. Well, not really colour, more just give it something else to look at, make it look a little bit fancy. So we run through quickly on this, spin it around. We've just got to hit the back there. And because we're using grey sear, it's not going to show up too heavily on the ground where we are gluing. Let's go into the commander, and the same thing, we'll just give this a bit of a quick brush over, so that then we can go ahead, and once it's dry, which because of the weather at the moment, I have the heater on at home, where I paint and game, or not really game because I don't get a chance to lately, but where I get to paint and record from. So it's nice and warm, but it also means that I've noticed tonight, well, in this current painting session, which is of course a night time, and for anyone wanting to know, a Saturday night, stuff is drying relatively quickly, which makes life a little bit easier. But this is going to be a touch. Oh, I thought it was going to be a touch harder to paint, but well, it's not really paint, it's more base coat, isn't it? I keep saying paint. Another piece based, and then the final piece, obviously, the column here, and then we can set them aside and let them dry and be able to go in with doing our basing. We have been working on, just off camera, getting those other weapons for the next 3 Sunforge doubled down on their coats of black, so the base coats are done. They can head in for their, well, I'll be doing the white in the grooves of the fusion blasters, and then working on the next video or so. There we go. Lovely. There we go, 3 down. 3 bits done. I don't have to worry about the rocks, because, you know, rocks are rocks. I will actually end up hitting them, to be honest, with some Agrax Earthshade, I reckon, is what I'll go at them with. But as you can see, guns are done. Once we get some zoom focus there, let me just nope. Hey, there we go. As you can see, guns are done. We've just got to go over the heads. 1, 2, and 3, and then it's just 3 lots of legs. So we'll get our black contrast paint back in here. We'll just shuffle these arms out of the way because they're done. Obviously our other arms are also done to a degree. As I said earlier, we'll try and get, the attempt is to have a few quick short videos completed, allowing me to really post a video every day outside of the weekends, and then therefore you guys don't have to wait too long between videos. It also makes me feel a little better because it feels like I am still, you know, contributing to the community that I'm building, and that way I don't feel like I'm letting you guys down, especially seeing as I've taken on, as I said, a new job role, and it is quite intense. Will say that I love it every minute of it. It's good fun, and I'm learning an absolute bucket load. But we'll get in here, and hopefully we can get in just there, because I just realised there's a spot I was struck without drawing on it. Lovely. So head fixed. One head down, completely double coated with black. So the tops of these crisis suits are basically complete, obviously except for some silver in a few spots. The white on, oh god, look at that. Go on ahead and just flat out put white, black, sorry, across. It doesn't want to come off. Good to know. Well, as I said, I must have actually done that earlier, because this is all drying relatively quickly. This stuff has been sitting on the desk for a little while, just drying away. And yeah, there we go. I'll have to fix up with some white later. What are you sitting on that you shouldn't be? Edge of something like a crazy person? Of course you are. So on to the last helmet, and again, I hope everyone has managed to understand and interpret the theme that I'm running. Hope that a few people get a good kick out of it. I find it entertaining. I think it's pretty cool. I would not have really chosen to do a new army if I didn't quite think I could stick to it. I am definitely doing my best to stick to it. And I'm definitely finding it really fun to paint. As I said, I just hope that everyone also is getting a good laugh from the army that I'm painting. So we'll just start. We'll go in now and work on all these feet, because that is what we've got left to do on these models, really. Because once the feet are obviously double layered black, and then dry brushed, I can head in towards gluing again, glue the bodies back together. Well, they haven't really been unglued. They have simply been blue tacked when I primed them. Glue them together, and then, as the age-old saying is, Bob's your uncle. Which for some people he may actually be, but, you know, it's just one of those slang sayings if you're in the great land of Oz, which is where we are from. But let's motor through this pair of legs, get at least 80% of the base coat complete. Now, I'm not fully getting the base coat done on all of this, because I'm going to switch to a smaller brush so that I do not over paint, which I can be very commonly, well, which can happen to anyone. I'm trying to make as few errors as possible so I don't really have to go back and do too much touch up. I've already got to touch up that helmet which, to be honest, is going to be a royal pain in the rear end. It's not really a helmet, it's more a neck than anything. So that'll be one thing that's got to be done. But yeah, we're flying through this, which of course I knew I would. Was the intent of the fact that, as I said, getting quick, short videos out gives me a bit of time to be able to think about what I'm doing next, prep for the next video, or at least prepare the items that are needed for the current line of videos that are going ahead, which, as we have posted previously, we were working on crisis suits and stealth suits. Obviously, stealth suits have been completed, which is a massive task. Well, it's a task that I'm quite happy I've done. It just allows me a little bit more freedom, patience to work on the next steps, get myself organised. I've also been having a look at what else I can bring to the channel, what else I can yammer about. I've posted a few things. I definitely posted scores with a quick summary to last week's practice games that were on the weekend, Saturday night. They were very close games. If you like, I can give more of an in-depth breakdown, hopefully go over the game a little bit more concisely. If people would like to hear about that, and if so, let me know. Drop that question in the comments. I'm gonna post hopefully another hour or so. There'll be a post up in regards to the competition, the prize for helping me hit 100 subscribers. Obviously, our next milestone will be 250, and then 500, and then from there we'll most likely be looking at the milestones being pretty big. 1,000, 2,500, 5,000, 10,000. When I get to 10,000, I think I'll do a nice, what I would call a decent prize. Get a big 10,000 prize, or 10,000 subscribers. I think the competition will be for like $100 gift card to Games Workshop. But there we go. Arms done, legs done. Got a couple of crude hounds that I could mess around with. But for the time being, actually, while we're here, still we've got black out and about. Let's go and hit this missile drone. Even though no one brings drones, I've been instructed, I still am enjoying painting the little blighters because it's kind of fun. And it also, because of the style that I'm painting them in, it feels like, because I'm getting them painted really quickly, I would say. Also, wow, excuse me, hiccups. Too much water too quickly. I had some just before I started videoing this, making this video. Because they're the way I'm painting them, as I was saying, and I'm getting quite a bit of confidence from it. Definitely making me feel like, because of the style, when I can spit it out, because of the style that I'm using and the way I'm painting them, I'm actually completing them rather quickly. And that's giving me that sense of accomplishment, which when painting an army really can help push you forward. And so that, yes, I've done that, I've completed that kind of task, is definitely, most definitely extremely helpful and allowing me to really push on and feel like I'm not, failing, like I'm not dragging the chain too much. I really feel like I'm going well. But yeah, as I said, we now have YouTube up, and well, we now have Instagram. We also have Facebook. If you are following me here, have a look on Red Blue Gaming on Facebook. It will be easy to find, easy to follow, or easy to locate, sorry, I should say. And be on the lookout in the next, 24 hours for that post RE, the competition. And that will get everyone up and about for, heading towards the next milestone, that 250 subscribers, which for those of you who have or haven't, please, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. For those of you that have, I appreciate it. Thanks for coming back. Thanks for returning. And I'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Peace.